Hello my beautiful angels, welcome back to my channel. I'm Isabel Palacios and it's good to be back on YouTube, and I have decided to come back earlier than anticipated. You guys know I was planning on taking a break for March, but I am back because I want to offer some love and hope and support to those of you who are struggling during this time. And a lot of us are, I would say most of us are struggling either economically or with our health, or just worried about what's going to happen from here on out. So I've been trying to be as active as possible on Instagram, doing lives every day, also being more active on my podcast, Taking Back Your Power, where I talked a bit more in depth about ways to prevent and to boost our immunity and things like that. But I have been monitoring this situation since December, since the first cases started coming to light. And that's why I'm not worried now, because I've been kind of mentally preparing for this coming today. But even if you haven't, even if it's something crazy and we don't know what's coming, a lot of us are uncertain. I've been watching the news every day, keeping up on things, and nobody really knows how this is going to pan out. But that does not mean that we have to look at the worst case scenario in everything. And that's what we often see on the news, is the worst case scenario. I want you guys to know that no matter what happens from here in the next 2 weeks, in the next month, this too shall pass. What we are going through right now as a world has kind of been on the books for a while. We have been so negative with each other. We have been fighting each other, focused on the wrong things, materialistic, and we've been forced now to be home and stay home and focus in on what's important: our health, love, family, and not all this stuff that we've been distracted with. Everything is temporary, but we as spiritual beings, we are infinite, and we must always remind ourselves of our power, especially in times of difficulty. We should always remind ourselves that we are divine beings, even if it doesn't seem like it right now. And it's important that we remember our power, especially in times of adversity, because we need our power the most through difficult times. Not when things are good, but when things are difficult and tough and we don't know what's to come, that is when we are required to stand in our power. So I know there's a lot of uncertainty. I know there's a lot of bad news out there, but just know that just as there's negative energy in the world, there's positive energy. They cannot exist without one another. Light cannot exist without darkness. So as we go through this dark time, we have to know that it is temporary. This situation has directly affected my family. It's directly affecting my friends, my loved ones, the people I care about. It's directly affecting a lot of you. So we're all in this together. So today I call upon all of you to be brave. And bravery does not mean to not have fear. I have fears. But it's about getting up and being positive and doing the best that you can with the situation at hand, without letting the fear keep you down or keep you sleeping in bed all day. We may not be sure of what's coming or how this may pan out. This may pan out a lot better than we're expecting or projecting. But what we may be sure of in these times is in the strength of the human spirit. We see it in Italy with the people out on the balconies, playing music, keeping each other's spirits high, because in these times, that is what is going to keep us going. Our spirit, our strength, our divine light, our inner guidance. That is what's going to keep us moving forward. So it's not about being in fear. It's not about being in panic. It's not about fighting each other, pointing fingers, or blaming. It's about coming together. It's about compassion, about love. That is our strength, and also our immune systems, which I will get into in this video. And when our future is uncertain, when we don't know what's coming, which normal times we don't. We take for granted the fact that our life is going well or things are going smoothly. But in these times right now, we must bring it back to the present moment. When we can't control what's going on external to us, what's going on in this country or in this city, or what the leaders are doing or the presidents are doing, when we can't control that, we have to focus on what is in our control in the present moment. That's what I'm doing. I am focusing on what's in my control, and that is within. We can't control what happens to us necessarily, but we can control our reaction, how we respond. And it's not about having a knee-jerk reaction, which a lot of the world is having right now. A lot of the world is having a knee-jerk reaction. People are afraid, people are panic buying, people are fighting each other. And that's what we can't do, because even more dangerous than this virus, even more contagious than this virus is fear, is anger, is civil unrest. That is more dangerous. So in this moment, let's go within. Turn off the news if you have to, turn off the social media, turn off your phone, and seep into the peace that you can find within you right now. This moment in time is unprecedented in modern times. This is not something a lot of people alive right now have been through. History is watching us right now. Our children, our grandchildren, future generations will look back on this time and see what we did, how we responded as a human species, as a society. So that's why we must be an example for future generations. We must lead with compassion, with hope, focusing on the good, on the positives of what's going on right now, and not feeding into the fear. Because right now everyone's feeding into the fear, into the panic, and that's why we're seeing a lot of the issues that are coming up right now. Just as our brave men and women who are going into work every day at the hospitals, the nurses, the doctors, the anesthesiologists, every single healthcare researcher and scientist is being very brave right now. If they were to stay home and cry, a lot would go on, but they get up every day and they go to work for us. And that's why we have to stay home. We're only being called to stay home. Yes, I know it's tough to stay home. It can be annoying. For me, I work from home, so this is kind of a normal routine for me. But for those of you who feel like your routines and your plans, we're all in the same boat. So that's why we have to be as brave and compassionate and make the best of this moment. We have to live in hope, because where there is hope, there is life. And where there is life, there will always be hope. So don't lose sight of that hope, no matter how dire things get. We must also stay positive for our collective consciousness, for the vibration of the planet. All of you light workers, empaths who are feeling low vibrational because of this, don't match the vibration of the planet. In order to change our situation, we have to raise our vibrations. No matter how negative the people around you are being right now, your families, whatever situation's going on right now, if somebody's ill, you stand up and you be the positive light and the force in that room. Even if you're outnumbered by negativity, you always stay steadfast to that light within you. Because this is how we keep moving forward. And everything is passing. Time is passing. This is not going to last forever, and that's something we have to be so conscious of every single day. As the Stoic said, as Seneca said, treat every single day as a single individual life. Today is one lifetime. Tomorrow is another lifetime. Don't look far ahead. Don't try to disturb your mind and your peace of mind by looking so far off in the future and predicting doom. Bring it back here to the present, to today. Do the best that you can today with what you have in your arsenal, within your control. So I call on all of you today, especially you creatives. I call on you today to create. Whether it's a hobby, whether it's your job, whether it's your side hustle, please create, because history is looking back on us. Pictures that you paint, the music that you make, the books that you write right now in this moment are going to be used by future generations, are going to be looked back on. And we want the future generations to remember us by our resilience, by our strength, by our ability to come together when we were so divided. Just as the sun will keep rising every morning and setting every afternoon, life continues on. Life is a free-flowing journey, a river. And right now we might be going through the rocky parts, but that does not mean we're not gonna have calm waters ahead. That does not mean that the river stops right here. We're gonna keep moving forward. So keep doing what you were doing. Keep creating now, even more now that you have extra free time. Keep creating. I had so many people in the past telling me how they felt they didn't have enough time, they were running out of time to do their goals, they wish they had more time, and now the earth, society is on pause. You're literally being called to pause and go within and be mindful. The sun will not stop rising or setting. We will get through this. We will move forward. It's just this moment in time, we have to ease into it. Relax, be in our energy, in our space, disconnect from everything, and just be. And just as the sun, we will rise again. Using this time as kind of your 40 days in the desert. That's what quarantine means. It means 40 days. And they use that biblical reference to Jesus' 40 days in the desert. And that's what we can do for ourselves. It doesn't matter what you believe in. You can use this time at home in quarantine to work on your spirituality, to face your fears, to face your demons. Why is it so hard for you to stay home and be quiet? What are you trying to ignore? Or what are you not addressing about your life or your inner happiness? What is it about yourself you're running from or you need to distract yourself from? That is what we have to focus on right now. Because all this stuff happening externally will soon come to pass, and it is passing. But you yourself, when the whole world is shut off, all we have is ourselves. When we're all alone, all we have is ourselves. So we must strengthen the relationship that we have with ourselves at this time, in this moment. Or use it to work on your projects, on your goals, like I was saying, creating. Take these examples. During the bubonic plague, Sir Isaac Newton's university was shut down for 2 years. He had finished his degree, but since the university was closed for 2 years, he had to go retire to a country home where he developed calculus and optics and gravitational theory. He didn't sit down and lay down and die and say everything's over. No, he kept working. That was probably his sense of normalcy. Shakespeare was also affected by the plague. That's why he wrote about it in Romeo and Juliet. So much greatness is bred out of adversity. It's about being an alchemist and taking this difficult situation and making the best out of it, turning this dire situation, this adversity that we're all currently facing, nobody's immune, and turning it into gold. That's how we will keep society moving forward out of the darkness into the light, out of this difficult period. So we're not being called right now by the universe, by our angels, to panic. We're never called to panic by the universe because the universe is always in perfect order. And we see this now as humans are staying in, the environment is blossoming. That's what we have to focus on, is there is something good gonna come out of this. And I believe that us as a world will come out more strong and more connected than ever. Now we're being taught to stay home, to be introspective, to slow it down because we've been so fast-paced for so long. And a lot of you have told me that. A lot of you felt really behind. So the universe delivers. Be careful what you wish for because the universe does deliver, especially on global scales when a lot of people are feeling the same things. So let's not focus on the past. Let's focus on the future and on the present because that's what we have control of right now. What we do right now in this present moment, how we react to things, how we speak about ourselves in the situation, how we decide to respond, either out of fear or out of bravery. This is our call to be strong. And yes, there may be a million reasons to cry and feel and be emotional, and I'm not invalidating your feelings. I hope that you feel what you have to feel because I have felt a lot. But in order for us to move forward, we must acknowledge our emotions, but also acknowledge the fact that they don't have to have power over us. That our power comes from something infinite and great. Looking back in history, our species has been resilient in so many ways, and we will continue on. Especially now, we're very blessed to be going through this at a time where we have so much technological advancement, we have so much sanitation, we are so advanced, we can connect with each other, we know what's going on around the world. Perhaps that's why this has been blown up so big, because we have the whole world available to us. It's not all doom and gloom. Let's focus on what's important. And that being said, I call on you guys to go check out my podcast, Taking Back Your Power, where I talk about these things, even boosting my immunity, things that I'm doing. That's why I'm not afraid of getting sick, because I trust in my body. I feed my body well. I'm vegan. I'm staying home. I'm resting. I'm making sure that my body, this vessel, is our protector. It's not the way it looks. It's not all these things. It's what it's doing for us. That's the beautiful thing about our body. So now is the time to connect and love our bodies more than ever. So I have some tips for you guys to relax and turn it all off. It's okay to be informed. I think it's important to be informed during this time, but you don't have to be in a panic. It's all happening for a reason. My first tip is to turn off the news and turn off the doom and gloom. It could be on social media. It could be on the television. I read a lot of news apps, and the news apps, they love to put the big, bad, worst case scenarios and big, bold headlines, and then the good news in small little taglines, because this is the thing. We have the spotlight effect. As humans, we automatically go towards the drama. We love the problematic stuff. We're kind of negatively wired, or our ego loves to focus on the bad. And right now our egos are out of control. Our egos feel out of control because our daily lives have been disrupted. We're not used to this. This has never happened to us before, especially as younger generations. We're not used to this. A lot of you who have gone through difficulty throughout life perhaps know how to deal with uncertainty. But those of us who have led pretty comfortable lives, we're blessed to say we've never been through this. Your ego is feeling out of control. But when you align with your higher self and you disconnect from the outside world and you bring it back in, you'll realize that it's okay. You don't have to know what's coming. What's important is what you're doing right now. So that leads me on to my second point, which is to meditate and go within. Please use this time. If you're not a meditator or you don't have a morning routine, use this time now that you perhaps don't have to get up and do the school run or go to work to start creating a morning routine. Meditating as soon as you wake up, stretching, whatever it means, to journal, going within and doing these practices. There's a reason why a lot of us have kept up with our spirituality through meditation for so long. Not only does it help us mentally and physically, but it also prepares us for moments like this where bad things are going to happen, because that's life. Bad things are going to happen in life and we have to adapt. We have to adapt in order to survive. So please meditate, spend time in mindfulness. When you eat, be 100% in on your food, focus in on eating, blessing your food. When you're working, focus on working. When you're talking to someone, focus on them. Don't be doing 100 things at once, because that's why a lot of us have chaos, all this minutia in our brains, because we're focused on too many things at once. So meditation helps you. Use an app like Headspace. Go to Jason Stevenson's meditation channel. He's my favorite. Insight Timer, I believe, is free. There's so many different ways to meditate. Please, please, please make this part of your routine. This is how we will lift our collective consciousness and get out of this situation. Tip number 3 is to call and FaceTime your loved ones, your friends and family, especially if they're far away from you. Keep in contact. Just because you are quarantined at home or practicing social distancing does not mean that you have to isolate yourself from the world. It just means that we have to find new ways, and that's the beauty of living in this time. We have the internet, we can connect, we can see each other. You can meditate together on FaceTime or a Zoom call. We can resume our daily activities just in a different way. So keep in contact, especially those you know who are living alone, who are by themselves during this quarantine. Please reach out to each other. Please strengthen those bonds, especially with the people you're with at home. Tip number 4 is to stay on top of your health and your fitness. This is something I'm working on myself. I'm not able to go to the gym, so I'm going to, continue doing workouts at home and watching YouTube workout videos, or even people on Instagram. I will post some people down below who are doing a great job of posting content on social media. So keep up with your health, eat well. Remember, our body can defend us from this virus. This is why I'm not afraid of getting sick, because I know if I do get infected, my body will fight it off and I will be well. And that's just statistics. If you're already healthy and young, or not high risk, there is a high percentage that you will get through this. You will recover. But we have to love our bodies from within and from the outside. So eat well, eat as healthy as possible. Don't go towards the junk food. Drink tons of water. Please drink tons of water. That is really good for our immune systems. Get your vitamin D. I take AHCC. This is a mushroom-derived immune support supplement that actually is used by a lot of doctors in Japan, and that's how I came across it actually about a year ago, and I started taking it, and it's helped me so much. I don't get sick from colds and flus and all this stuff because of this stuff. Also, I am vegan. I eat lots of fruits and vegetables. I am making sure I am taking care of my body. I'm not letting, and also this is a great time to get ahead on your fitness goals. You think about it, now you have time to be at home. You don't have a busy schedule. Use it to your advantage. Stay on top of your health, your fitness, your immune system. Go outside into the sun if you have sun. If you're able to go outside, please get some vitamin D. Vitamin D is a free immune booster by the sun. You just need 15 minutes of morning sun or sunset kind of sun to really help you boost your immune system. So vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, quercetin, all these different things are incredible immune responders for our body. Tip number 5 is to rest and recover. Go to sleep earlier, make sure you turn off all your devices, read before bed so you can get the amount of sleep that your body needs, because rest and recovery is what's aiding your immune system. If you're not sleeping well, your immune system goes down. It's important that we relax, guys, because not only does it lift our collective consciousness, but it also boosts our immunity, which will help us fight this thing. So please do not skimp out on sleep. Please do not use this as a time to worry all at night. Remember, I've been saying this for a long time. Worrying and stressing out does not change the situation. It makes things worse. When you relax and you rest, that's when solutions come. That's when things get better. That's when we feel better. So don't feel bad about sleeping in a little bit more. Don't feel bad about relaxing. This is your time to do all those things. My 6th tip is to spend time outside. Like I was saying earlier, vitamin D comes free from the sun, and that is good for our immunity. So if you're able to go outside, social distance yourself, of course, walk to the park, walk in nature, go to the woods, be in nature, please, because this is how we ground ourselves. What I'm doing also is every day I'm going outside barefoot, standing in the grass and grounding myself to keep myself centered, to keep my immune system high, to keep my spirits high. So spend as much time in nature. Take your dog for a walk, go for a walk by yourself. One thing that I'm really loving is how here in my neighborhood, there's so many kids out walking outside now, a lot of people taking walks, and it's beautiful to see people reconnecting with nature and reconnecting to the simple things, which are the most important. And tip number 7, of course, is to relax. Like I was saying, relaxation increases your immunity, it increases your immune response, your body's ability to deal with stressors or whatever it may be that we're dealing with in the moment. When you worry and you stress and you psych yourself out thinking that you're sick, that is what will be. So in order to transcend what's going on right now globally, we must connect with our higher selves, and that is through meditation, relaxation, painting, creating, doing all these things that make us feel good. For me right now, that's creating content for you guys. I'm going to continue creating content for you guys to keep you in high spirits and always remind you of what's important, because we will get through this. We will get through this, but we all need to cooperate. We all need to be on the same page, not fighting each other. Please be mindful that we're all being affected by this in one way or another. Nobody is immune. Nobody. Not me, not anyone. I'm not talking to you guys about being calm because all is well in my life, because not all is well in my life right now, as many of you guys know in your own lives. But we cannot move forward or be our best selves by falling into the fear, feeding the fear that's already gripping our country, our world, everything. We have to be the light. And darkness does not mean the absence of light. It means that there is light, and we have to focus in on it, and we must be the light in the room. You are strong enough to withstand this. You are stronger than you know. You really are. There is nothing stronger than the human spirit and its will to survive and to live. So keep moving forward. History is watching us. Future generations are watching us. So let's give them a good example for when they have to go through their own trials in the future. You're learning so much about yourself right now. You're learning how truly strong you are. Struggle breeds wisdom. You are learning so much. This is not in vain. And guess what, guys? In these moments, like right now, this is what we're built for. This is what we're made for. So allow yourself to be in the energy of the present moment and to find peace and the calm wherever you may be right now. I send all my love out to Italy, the people of Italy who are blessing the world with their spirits through the videos I see on social media, through the positivity, through the music, through the dancing. I send my heart out to all doctors, nurses, medical workers, medical staff, hospital staff, to those who are keeping the supply chain running, the truck drivers, the grocery store workers, the stockers, to the pilots, the flight attendants who are continuing to fly in the skies, getting people home, to all workers. If your future is uncertain economically, your business is uncertain, your industry is uncertain, this is our time to get creative. We must adapt in order to survive. Right now is not maybe our time to thrive, but it is our time to survive. And of course, show the world what we're made of. Whatever keeps you sane every day, please do that. And take each day, as the Stoics said, a lot of what I've learned from Stoicism is helping me right now. And that is to take each day as an entire lifetime. Do my best each day, not look at my entire life as a whole, but break it down day by day. Do things differently every day. Do what you have to do every day to keep your mind right, because this is our power. This is our power. Your power comes from within. So now is the time we must tap into it, my beautiful angels. Thank you so much. I wish you all my love and health and happiness onto you. May you be blessed. May you be protected. I will be back with a guided meditation soon for our health and protection of the world, to lift our collective consciousness. And now a lot has come to light. We are realizing a lot about what's true and what truly matters. Everything is coming to light in 2020. So don't be afraid. Be courageous. I love you all, my beautiful angels, and never forget this. Your true beauty, your true worth, and your true power always come from within. Stay strong, be well, this too shall pass. I love you.